Hi, welcome to Cheryl's Home Cooking, and today I'm going to make lazy pierogi. And lazy pierogi is a recipe that's been in my family for generations. It's a Polish recipe and my mother taught me how to make it. The ingredients that you'll need are 2 heads of cabbage, 2 jars of the 32-ounce shredded sauerkraut, or you can buy the 1-pound packages in your freezer section, but you'll need 4 pounds of it, and 2.5 pounds of egg noodles, and 1 pound of butter. I know it sounds like a lot of butter, but with the butter I am also frying down this cabbage. Once the cabbage is fried down, then I'm going to be adding the sauerkraut, and then I'll be adding the noodles. So first things first, I have my stove set on medium. I melted 1 stick of butter already. I shredded up 1 head of cabbage. I'm going to salt and pepper. And then I'm going to go slice up my 2nd head of cabbage. Take the core off. Just rough chop. You can see it's kind of into bite sizes. I'll wait till the cabbage reduces before I add the 2nd head in, so let me check on it. Just a few more minutes. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to take my sauerkraut and I'm going to drain it and squeeze it out. And once the cabbage is reduced and I have my 2nd head of cabbage reduced, that's when I'm going to add the sauerkraut. These are the jars that I purchased, and they're 32 ounces, so they're 2 pounds each. So I have 2 of them. Now I have my sauerkraut. I'm going to put it in the strainer. I'm also going to rinse them. I'm just going to run cold water over it. You can see the cabbage reduced down quite a bit. To drain my sauerkraut, I have a terry cloth towel here, and I'm going to add a little bit of the sauerkraut in it. Then I'll fold up my towel. And I'm just going to twist it over the sink. It's to get the excess sauerkraut juice out and the water that I rinsed it with. That's okay if there's a little left in there. So see, this is what it looks like once it's wrung out. And just keep repeating the process till you're all done wringing out your sauerkraut. Then I'll just leave this off to the side and wait for my cabbage to get done, like I said, and then I'm going to add that to the cabbage with another stick of butter. While I'm waiting for my cabbage, I have the two heads in there, and I'm like frying it, steaming it at the same time because it's turning brown on the bottom and it's getting soft because I'm keeping the lid on it. So I'm just going to stir that. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to fill my pot with water and start my noodles. Now that my cabbage reduced a little bit, I'm going to add my sauerkraut. Just break it apart with the fork. And I'm going to add another stick of butter. And I'll just mix that in. I switched pots because I'm going to be adding my noodles in here, and I wanted to have like a big pot to mix everything in rather than put it in a bowl. I'm just showing you in a pot to mix it, but you can mix it in a big bowl. I'm going to put 1 pound at a time of my noodles in the water. It's good. So I'm going to take this and then dump it into my big pot. And that's when I'll add another stick of butter. So that's 3 sticks of butter so far. And just mix it all in. So now I'll let that sit until the rest of my noodles are done and let that butter melt, and then I'll put the rest of my noodles into this pot. Okay. Add that in, and this is the last stick of butter, so this is 4 sticks. And just keep stirring it around till it's all mixed. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit. I have the noodles, the cabbage, and the sauerkraut. You can see the little bits of pepper that I have in here. I use the crushed pepper. Boy, do I miss this. This is a real easy dish to make. I mean, very simple ingredients. Like I said, it's just cabbage, sauerkraut, noodles, and butter. And it's very, very good. And it's the lazy way of making pierogis. That's why I call it Lazy Pierogi. My mother's favorite recipe that she liked to make. And we used to share it with our neighbors. And I did have on Facebook, I had a question on there of what's your favorite food. And one of my all-time neighbors answered it that they missed my mother's Lazy Pierogi. This one's for you, Brenda. And if you'd like, you can email me at cherylshomecooking@gmail.com. And I look forward to your comments and suggestions. And thanks again for watching Cheryl's Home Cooking. I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.